everyone to BPW Goes Digital. The topic for today is Financial and Accounting Platform for BPW Use. And the speaker for today is Carmen Nelson, who is a young BPW New Zealand representative. She is a student of graduate diploma in professional accounting while works full-time as an accountant. She currently is training the new client in her firm who transfers to cloud-based online platform. So we welcome you, dear Carmen, and now the floor is all yours.
Welcome to a tutorial webinar on financial accounting programs for BPW. There are a number of online cloud-based accounting software packages available, usually via a monthly subscription. There are a number of advantages to cloud-based accounting software. These include having a clear overview of your financial situation from anywhere in real time, the ability for multiple software users, making it easy to collaborate online with your executive. Everything is run online, meaning there is nothing to install and everything is backed up automatically, with updates being free and instantly available. It also reduces paperwork and is more sustainable. Today, we will look at two well-known cloud-based accounting programs, Xero and MYOB. I will take you through bank feeds, user access, including invoicing, entering bills to pay, attaching documents, and producing reports, including profit and loss statements and balance sheets. I will then touch on additional functions of the software that may be of interest to you. We will start with Xero. A basic Xero subscription through an accounting firm can cost you as little as $5 per month. A subscription similar to what I'm going to show you now will cost you approximately $55 a month. And please note these are approximate costs, and this is what we have in New Zealand. The first screen you'll see when you open Xero is this, your dashboard. When you set up Xero, it's really important that you set up your bank feeds. These are automatic downloads of your bank statements every day. If we click in here into reconcile items, you will be able to see all the items, all your recent transactions. Xero will automatically try and allocate items as it from items you've put in previously, as you can see here in green. You can then OK or find and match if this has been incorrectly reconciled. This makes it easy to click here and code things to your general ledger. For example, I could say Smart Agency, choose sales, purchases, let's go this way. And this will directly code it to your general ledger. This makes it easy rather than having your spreadsheets or bank statements all lined out on the counter waiting to be reconciled. As I said, there is the ability to have many users in the accounting software. To do this, you click in the organization's name at the top, click Settings, and Users. Having security over your software is paramount. We can make everybody an advisor. We can give them read-only access. We could also even restrict them to only being able to have reports available. It is, though, great to see who is logging in and when. I'll show you how to issue an invoice. You may like to issue your invoices to clubs for their dues or for products that people have purchased from your website. To do this, we click Business, Invoices, and then New Invoice. It's very simple and straightforward. You can just follow your notes. 2, Bayside Club, the date that is due. You may prefer to put a reference in here, but this is optional. A description, quantity, unit price, and a code that it will go to. In this instance, it would be sales for products purchased. The tax rate would be based on in your area. This, as I said, is New Zealand-based software. And approve. You can then email the invoice, print it as a PDF, and mail it to your customer. You can also preview it here before sending. I'll now show you how to enter a bill, which is pretty much the same. This would be used when you were paying for said products that you then sold on to your affiliates. We go to business, bills to pay, and new bill. Again, from, date, due date, reference, description, and this account code here will put it straight through to your general ledger, which will then show in your profit and loss statement. One thing that I think is quite good for when you come to your end of year and you may need to have your accounts audited is that you can attach invoices or bills to pay to each of these bills. That way, the person who is auditing your accounts can pick up the bill to pay and you won't have too many questions. To do this, you can click on this and upload from a file on your own computer or from the file library within Xero. There is also the ability to email directly to Xero in 2 different ways. Show you that now. Within bills to pay, you can see here that it says create bill from email. If you click this, you'll see an email address here that you can automatically send your bills from your email address to this email address here, and it will eventually, doesn't take too long, end up in your drafts that you can then turn into a bill to pay. You can also send documents to your files library. This is handy for putting things in such as your minutes where you have made decisions on you've made financial resolutions, and your auditor will need to be able to double check that or cross-reference that you have done this correctly. You can, again, send it to an email address, noting that this email address is different to your bills to pay. You can also upload a file from your file library or take a photo. As I said, this is really great for auditing processes. So once you have reconciled everything in your bank statement and you have issued your bills and notices and invoices, you are able to pull reports for your monthly, weekly, or yearly meetings. To do this, we click Accounting, Reports, and you'll see a list of reports that you are able to pull from here. As I said, we can look at the balance sheet. We can also compare this to previous periods by filtering at the top. We can also look at the profit and loss statement and compare this to the budget that you may have put in from your annual general meeting. To do that, again, it is accounting, reports, noting that there are two different places for profit and loss. This one, you're unable to, which is new, you're unable to compare periods and compare it to your budget. I'll show you that one. We filter the date range at the top, comparisons, and update. And it just gives you a very brief profit and loss statement. The one that you can compare to the budget is under more reports, under financial, profit and loss. Here along the top, you can pick actual versus budget. And it will give you a rundown of everything for the month ended, of the date you have picked. In this instance, ended June. You can also change the date range, compare periods, and a multitude of other reporting. One thing that is quite good with Xero is that you can track categories. In the instance of BPW, you could use this to track your BPW affiliate clubs, or you could use it to track products that you are selling through your website or through your clubs. To do that, you would add a tracking category name, for example, products, and list each product. When it comes to then billing or invoicing for these products, you can use the tracking, as I showed you earlier in the invoicing. There is a space here to either track the club or region or the product. This will help in your P&L to show who has and hasn't paid and how much you are spending on each product and get how much you are selling of each product. Xero also has an inventory function under business and products and services. You can use this to enter all of your products, the cost price, sale price, and the quantity on hand. This is a great way to track your inventory and make sure that you haven't lost anything. That's very basic, a very basic side of what Xero does. Our MYOB is very similar. However, it's a bit different in its setup. The first thing you'll see when you come into MYOB is this screen. To find your bank transactions, similar to Xero, does have a bank feed function. You'll find that here under unallocated transactions. You then, with MYOB, need to select your dates. So we can select a date here. to find all unallocated transactions. Unlike Xero, it can be quite tricky to find these if you haven't remembered to change your dates. Again, we can allocate direct to the general ledger or match it to an invoice that has already been put into the system. With MYOB, we can enter a sales invoice under sales and invoices. You'll see all the invoices here that have been created previously. We can create an invoice, select the customer's name, the date of issue, when the invoice should be paid, again, provide a description, allocate it to the general ledger, and put in a price. All these are very easily copied once it's in. So there's no need to retype. You can simply save and create a new one. This saves the need for the Excel template invoices you may be using at present. Again, purchases, create a bill is where we can enter our bills to be paid. Much like Xero, you can link a document to the bill, so you can have the bill there ready for the auditor if need be. Again, we select a supplier, issue date, date of issue, due date, description, allocate to the general ledger, and the price. And save. It's very easy, and again, like Xero, we can email or print this invoice down the bottom here. MYOB reporting can be found here in reports. Again, multitude of reports there that you can look at. We have the balance sheet. Which you then can export to a PDF or Excel if you prefer. And the profit and loss statement. Again, changing your dates here. You can also customize the period. The breakdown can be monthly, quarterly, and you can export. There is the option here also to compare with your budget. Well, that was a very brief overview of what MYOB and Xero can do for BPW New Zealand. It's a great way to automate all your transactions, take your invoicing and bill payments out of Excel and give you the opportunity to be able to do it anywhere at any time. Thank you very much, and I hope that has been of some help.
A great thank you to our speaker, Carmen Nelson from BPW New Zealand, for sharing with us her expertise from her financial professional background in how we can as treasurers or finance persons for our club, our federation, or international level, how we can be working in the electronic or online versions of accounting programs and saving everything to the cloud. This adds to the transparency of your club because the other officers, and particularly the president, must have access to those records at any moment. It also adds to the ability of the person in charge of the treasurer's position or in charge of the finances, in that she can also ask others to look at certain items very easily on the spot and access the information from anywhere. So this is an incredible convenience, safety, security of the files, and all of that really should be being done by all of us. So thank you again to Carmen. Thank you to all of you, our viewers, of yet another video tutorial by our team of young BPW trainers. We appreciate you coming and looking at these videos. We hope they're helpful as we work on capacity building in the digital realm of our membership worldwide and contributing to that and bringing BPW fully into the digital age. That's our objective. We hope you are looking at the other videos here and that you come back often, because we're uploading 2 or 3 per week at this point to our library. We also hope that you'll join us for our 2 to 3 live webinars per month, which are announced on our Facebook page, information below, so that if you can be part of the audience and part of the participation. So we hope to see you then. Bye for now.